Hey guys, what's up? Coaching for the Soul, Thursdays at 3 has begun. If you're watching this live, hello, hello, hello. If you're watching this on my YouTube channel, please subscribe to the channel, please like the videos, and please leave a comment, even if it's just an emoji or a hey Bill, so the algorithms will pick this bad boy up and send it around the world. So, we will see who pops on. There's a couple things to talk about today. Been a crazy week. It's already Thursday, I can't believe it. Yeah. So it is really nice and sunny in Detroit again. And, yeah, I don't know why that's on, but anyway, we'll see who pops on. Gonna see everything on here is good. Yep. Okay, cool. I think we're there. Awesome, awesome. Hey, everybody. Hey, Taz. Hey, Carol. How's it going? Hi, Nancy. How are you? What's going on, everybody? So we're going to talk about I'm going to channel some stuff today, I should say, because it's been a cool week. It has been, especially today, the energy's been pretty good. It flipped like that about this morning, about 10 o'clock. So, yeah. A lot of enlightenment today for me. Yeah, pretty cool. So wait a couple minutes, see if who else pops on. Like I said, it is a beautiful day in Detroit today. It is 75, 76 degrees and sunny outside. So no humidity. So it feels like fall, but it feels like September. So it's kind of cool. Because today's October the 2nd already. So yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see who pops on. I'm glad you're okay, Carol. Yeah. In astrology, thank God, on the 13th of October, Mars in Scorpio and Pluto retrograde in Aquarius move away from each other in the sky. And also, Aquarius goes neutral or forward on the 13th of August or of October also, which if you have any placements, let's say your sun sign, your rising sign, your moon sign in Venus, things like that, we will definitely feel it because I'm an Aquarius rising. We will definitely feel the of letting that stuff go. Okay? It's kind of like terrorism, Spirit says, right? Is that it comes out of nowhere, just comes out of nowhere, and all of a sudden you're angry like that. It's very again, energy is everything, and you can plan and protect yourself from it, but it doesn't mean that you are going to be able to. It's all about getting out of the energy. Chimes, okay? It's all about what you do to get out of that energy. Yeah, okay. So that's something in astrology that's going on. And also Mars is going to come in contact with Mercury next. Hey, Joe. And that's going to be an interesting kind of thing too. Again, the planet of communication and the planet of war, meaning Mars and Mercury, are going to try to coexist with each other, which never happens. So you'll hear a lot of propaganda, you hear a lot of bullshit, you hear a lot of stuff that you're like, really? And then a week later, it's going to be a totally different narrative. You'll be like, oh, that's not what they said last week, right? So stay away from the news, okay? Stay away from the circus, okay? So anyway, I'll give you some things on, today was which is every day, but today seemed really, really intense, about having reflection, but also being excited about the future, excited about what's next, okay? And I say that as I'm watching YouTube today, which is what I do most days anyway, if I'm not working, clean my house and stuff like that, take care of the dog. But I was watching Anthony Ramos. Anthony, he was in Hamilton, and I was watching him being in this group of 3 other guys who played football, and them talking about how he transformed himself from coming from the Bronx and being in the ghetto and in public housing, and how bad it was, and all these other things, and how he ascended into being this person who's now sought after. Okay? And it was fascinating to me because I did not come from the ghetto by any means, but my mentality, being gay, was always, I'm going to have to do more until I don't want to do more anymore. Okay? I have to do more until I don't have to do more anymore. Okay? Because I need to get my solid footing in the world. Okay? And now's that idea makes total sense now as we go further and further into 5D. And us understanding that, us understanding this, that as we allow ourselves, hey Julie, hey Liz, as we allow ourselves to ascend, hear that, as we allow ourselves to ascend by flowing, okay, and not being those people who self-sabotage, okay? It's now our time to secure our footing. Not being grounded, but secure our footing in what we believe in what we want to do, okay? Now again, depends upon your age, depends upon your ability. It depends upon all kinds of things. It is not being in that, not being on the wheel of 3D, which means I don't think I just run. I don't think I just run. I'm on routine. I just run. I'm on routine. I just run. I'm on routine. I'm just run. Okay? Because you're not going anywhere with that sense of I'm on the wheel. I just run. Okay? You may think that you are, but you're not, but you actually are not. And then when you stop and you look and you go, oh my gosh, I just spent 6 months doing all of that stuff right there because I thought I was supposed to. I thought I was supposed to. Okay? It's not your decision to make. It is them bringing it to you so that you can flow and run. You can flow and run. That's the key. Okay? Because as I was watching this podcast, which was phenomenal, I mean, it resonated with me 100% of my heart because of who I have been and who I'm still and who I'm going to be even more so in the future. And that's all of you, okay, is understanding that the work that you've done on yourself, in the world, counts for something, okay? It's magic. It is truly magic. And I made a meme about this because it resonated so deeply in my heart. Understanding, and I've said this before, hey Jenny, that we have to look at what we've done, what we've accomplished, right? And carry that with us. Success is confidence. Success is life. Success is not everything, but we've all had successes in our lives. We've all had successes in our lives. And this is the quote: the work you put in on our way to our destination is magic. We're all on our way to a destination in 5D. Truly, we all are. You wouldn't be watching the program. As we move forward, you grabbing hold of who you are and being confident in who you are and using it to your advantage, okay? And not trying to make things happen. Again, the work you put in on our way to the destination. What's the work? You. What's the work that you do on you? Is that therapy? Is that with guided meditations? Is it connecting to spirit quietly? Is it about truly believing what you say out loud to spirit? Truly believing without ego exactly who you know you're going to be, even if you don't? Spirit has told you who you're all going to be. And you're going to be people who help other people through their transformation. Plain and simple. That's why you're here. That's why you're connecting now. That's why you are, hey Heidi, that's why you are on this destinational trip, this learning process, this road to get where you need to go in 2026 and beyond. The more that you deny it, Spirit says, the more that you absolutely refuse the flow, because your ego has you trapped, your ego has you thinking, well, I can't see it, so I don't believe it. Been there, done that. That's 100% sabotage, okay? Because what you're doing on the road up to your destination is everything. Is everything. Is everything. See? Joe says, as I got as a kid, I'm here to heal the world. Exactly. Myself also. We've all had some type of energy inside of us that gives us the idea that we can heal the world. Because we're going to. We're going to. Because we're agents of spirit. Agents of the divine. Agent of love. And using that to heal the world as we go forward. Okay? Because there's nothing as a collective that we can't do together. Together. Right? As you go forward, if you continue to, well, I do the best that I can, and I don't really understand, and I get most of it, but you know what? I'll have to think about it for a while. Okay, then you're not open to the conversation with them. You're not open to a conversation with a person like myself. Okay? Because if you have to think about, if it's not resonating with you, it's a waste of breath. Because your ego is going to cloud that over as it already has in you. Some people, not most. Okay? Or if I got to do this myself. Okay, that's true. That's true. But don't push away the energy that will help you heal. Don't push away the energy that will connect to you. Don't push away things that they send you to fulfill and get you sooner to your destination. Okay? Talked to my sister yesterday. Bill, the meditation that you sent me on saying the same things for 3 days, every time I do it, there's a commercial that comes in there. I'm like, okay. She goes, why? I don't get it. I didn't do that the first time. Okay. Probably not the meditation that you need to do today. But I want to do this one. But I want to do this one. Okay. Well, check your YouTube feed and see if there's another one. Okay, I'll do that. Talk to her today. You're not going to freaking believe this, Bill. Hey, Trace. But guess what? I looked on my feed and there was one right there, and I was told, do that one. I did it. Oh my God, it was amazing. Thank you. if you allow them to lead you, they will. I'll bet I've talked to in the last week, I'll bet 1 out of 10 people is still doing guided meditations. Yeah, Bill, I'm not really into it. Okay, that's fine. But Bill, I'm really angry, and I'm really sad, and I'm really defining, and I'm just angry, and I'm defiant, and my God, my job sucks, and this sucks, and that sucks, and okay. And what's your point? The world sucks. No, my world doesn't suck. My world's great. Your energy that you're feeding on is the energy of outside you, not inside you. Guided meditation allows you to release the energy that no longer serves. And as long as you want to punish yourself, because it is learned behavior, as all of us know, right? Who do you think you're talking to, young man? How dare you? Do you know who I am? Do you know what I've done for you? We go right back inside of ourselves. Right? Because our parents took our power away. Well, now, in this day and age, a lot of parents are not doing that to their kids. But for us, we have to understand, we have to undo that. And if you don't put in the effort to do it, ego loves you a lot. And all that you do is live in that spin of victim mentality. And all you do is think. Rubik's Cube, Spirit says. All you do is think. We're a Rubik's Cube. You're trying to make the calculations fit. You're trying. Well, freaking stop trying. That's the point. Ego has you wrapped up in 3D. And you wonder why your family sucks, your marriage sucks, your job sucks, you feel scared, you think you got to get a job, but you don't really need to get a job because that's all internal stuff. But you don't allow that energy from your guides to lead you. Hi, Ivy. You have a resistance to that because you don't like authority. Childhood, past life. Okay? Surrender is everything. And Spirit has been talking about that for years. And you have to surrender so they can lead you. Because our DNA says, I have to struggle, I have to struggle, I have to struggle, I have to struggle. And you can't tell me what to do. On the other side of that coin is, oh my God, I need you to save me because the only thing I know how to do is cry. The only thing I can do is whimper. All I can do is hope that somebody will save me. No one's going to save you. Then I'll stay right here and I'll just fight. Okay. Fight what? The outside world? Well, good luck with that. In your internals? Oh, you'll go mad by that time. Therapy, guided meditations. Therapy releases the energy. Guided meditations release the energy, removes the energy from your body. Okay? Talking with friends is that energy from your body. People who are equal as you, but you're not playing the victim with your friends. Equal friends. Okay? So that's how it is. We all know somebody who, if they have time, if they're true friends, they have time to have a conversation with us. I'm blessed. I have them. I have my sister. My friends don't have a clue about any of this. But that's why they're front porch friends. They're no longer living room friends. I'm okay with that. I love them to death. But I can't have them in my living room. They're not those types of friends anymore. When I was younger and I was a muggle with the voice in my head, yes, it was fun. And I still talk to them once or twice a month, which is fine. I'm good with that, right? And they're good with it because they don't bother anything else. I'm okay with that. They understand the dynamic of the relationship. See? We have to have that. We have to have that understanding in our minds, in our bodies, in our energy. exactly what we deserve, what we want, what we need, right? That's the way it is. We can transform into amazing people when we allow ourselves to do so. But if ego, just the fact that you don't do guided meditations to clear your energy and you're angry as hell and you just want to rip the head off a bat, you're just like this angry person. Again, that's why Mars in Scorpio and Pluto being retrograde in Aquarius, right up there in the sky, right next to each other. Well, Mars is war. And Pluto's this. F you. I'm doing what I want to. Fuck you. I'm not doing. Fuck you. Yeah. Those things happen for a reason. That hasn't happened in over 260 years. With those planets being right next to each other. 260 years. See? Pluto's in Aquarius for another 19 years. 19 years. Pluto takes 348 years to go around the frickin' solar system. 348 years it takes to go into every single zodiac sign. That hasn't happened in 260 some years. Why is it happening now? Because we're connected to the divine. We are connected to the universe. We are connected to those planets. And that energy comes right through the atmosphere, which is very thin right now for a reason, to affect us. That's why solar flares affect us so much now. Because the way that the Earth is positioned has not been in this position in the solar system in 12,000 years. Why is that? So that human can be transformed. The transformation has begun in earnest, in true form. And the people who watch this program and other programs like it are part of that transformation. Getting to understand ourselves because we're an actor every day. We've learned how to survive. The actor mentality is how we believe we have to go through our day. I have to act this way at work. I have to act this way at home. I have to act this way. I have to act this way. I have to act this way. I have to act. See? Because that's 3D. You don't know the man behind the curtain. The person in front of you, you have no clue who that person really is in third dimension. We're actors in our lifetimes in 3D. Not so much in 4D and higher. Because we become an energy being. We are no longer masked. Can't mask. I know when I meet people if they're a liar or not. I know I can meet people, just walk by them, and know most things about them. And this is before I really worked on my clairvoyant abilities. Because of my intuition. Intuition. We have to connect back to that intuition, our gut instinct, our solar plexus, right? Have to connect to that. Because as we connect to that, it raises our vibration. It raises our vibration. And that's what it's all about. As does guided meditation. As does therapy. As does clearing our chakras, right? Again, with guided meditation. You can go to somebody also, which is, but I'm the guy that wants to do it myself, so I know how to do it. That I got the tools in my toolbox that I can go back to. And when I go back to it, it resonates, but then more comes to you in that subject on your YouTube feed. Different things. Them bringing you more information to keep your vibration high. Because once you work on down here in 3D, then you go forward into 4, 5, and 6. Connecting more with your instinct is so very, very important, because as we go forward, we're going to be inundated with fear. Inundated with fear. Hey, Erica. Why is that? The world is crumbling around us, and it's supposed to. Soul journey for all of us. Soul journey. Everything is going to be fine. Will they challenge you? They will challenge you. Spirit guides will challenge you. Again, the work you put in on the way to your destination is magic. May not feel like it, but it is. Because they're leading you. They're leading you. And that's the point. The point is you've surrendered enough for them to lead you. Because when you go to your YouTube feed, it's freaking magic. It's freaking magic. When there's a meditation there that's for you. Makes you, well, not makes you. It allows you to believe in miracles. It allows you to believe in the magic, that they've got your back. They've got your back. They're there, right there, all the time. Again, I go on Facebook Reels. It's freaking cool as hell. Chimes. They know me. Your guides know you. They've been with you through every single lifetime. Every lifetime. Just like your freaking ego. Or when we were dumb, ego saved us. When we were dumb, we followed our guides without even questioning. Because the energy that was there enhanced it. We had the voice in our head. We follow. We follow. We can tell the leaders from the cheaters. We can tell. We could do all those things back 5,000 years ago. Was it brutal? It was brutal. But the work you put in on our way to the destination, right? Destination's now. The destination is now. And that's why it's so very, very important for you to use your abilities, which you have, enhance them, which you will, or should, I should say. You will eventually, because they won't stop. They will not stop. It's not punishing you. It is making you go, I don't understand why. Well, because you're not allowing yourself to flow. You're allowing your circumstance, which you put yourself in, to dictate. On the treacherous road of 3D. See? That's the truth. That's the truth. You can't allow the energy on the outside of your house and outside of your space to infiltrate you, because it's lower 3D. It's meant to scare you. It is meant to make you freak out, okay? And the more that you perpetuate it, either by posting or by vocalizing it, doing videos on it, watching the videos on it, it absolutely will crush your vibration. Crush your vibration, you know. And if you don't like somebody's post, do you have to comment? Why? Why do you have to comment? All you're doing is engaging in their low vibration. Why? I learned that a long time ago. If you don't like what they posted, if you don't like what Again, it's just like a meme, a spiritual meme, or think something that you don't believe in spiritually or third dimensionally. Why comment? Why put a frowny face? Why, but why? Why? When you hit that heart button or that sad button, the tabs, right? You are telling the world, this is how I feel right now. Boom. Boom. You're putting that out into the world. Right now I'm having deja vu. So that's kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. See? So that's part of keeping your vibration high, right? If you are indulging in all that third dimensional energy, you're going to feel like crap. This is going to spiral out of control. Your energy in your heart, in your body is going to be, oh my gosh, it's hopeless. It's not hopeless. You could change the world. That's their view anyway. We'll all change the world as a collective. For the better. Because the work we do on the way to our destination, 5D and higher, is magic. It's magic. And we all have to do that work to get there. Remembering, you can't take third dimensional stuff into 5, 6, 7D and higher. You can't. Now, if you want to be part of that 10% that goes bye-bye, cool. Maybe that's your destination. Maybe that's your soul journey. I choose not to believe that because I truly believe that all of us can raise our vibration to the point of ascension. See? Looking back at our stages of life. Looking back at our stages of life. Looking back at our stages of life, right? If you've been successful in your life this much, you'll be successful this much as you go forward. Why? Because you don't have all the baggage that you carried when you did this much or this much. Spirit has said, because you're going to be a shooting star. You're going to be this human being energy that completely just engulfs the world with the rest of the people on the planet that are in the same exact energy. Plain and simple. But you have to look back at what you went at your successes, not necessarily your failures, unless you need to heal them. In fact, I told my sister this today. We had a wonderful conversation again. I love my sister to death. I mean, I truly do. She's going to be 64 in November, and we're only 14 months apart. So we're kind of like twins. Well, we're not really twins, but yeah, she's on the journey, and I just love her to death because she's so inquisitive, and it loves the fact that her brother can tell her what the hell's going on, which makes me feel fantastic, right? Because she's my little sister, right? So we were talking today, and it was about, I just lost my train of thought. Hang on, let me get it back. Oh, yeah. Watching music videos from our childhood, from when you're growing up. And again, every song has a memory if you like the song. Okay? It can take you back and remembering. And how some of those are love. Love is sometimes attached to that, right? Fear can be attached to that. Happiness can be attached to that. I mean, her and I were talking, about being 1974. I'm 14, she's 12. My parents take us out of school. Why? To drive from Jackson, Michigan to Fort Knox. Stayed in a hotel overnight. Got up the next morning. Went to Fort Knox. Sat outside the building and had lunch. But there's music that we had on the AM radio, because that's what it was back in the day. FM hadn't been brought up until 1979. Midnight at the Oasis was the song that reminds my sister and I of going to freaking Fort Knox with my mom and my dad because they needed to get away. Took us out of school. We drove through Louisville. My sister, the pool didn't have any water in it. It was May, you know. I said, yeah, there was a Burger Queen. Not King, Burger Queen. Yes. Drove to Fort Knox. Had lunch. And we drove home. Right? Because that's the way that my parents dealt with stuff. Got in the station wagon with the black vinyl seats. Martha and I were in the back facing the other way in the rumble seat. My dad had the music all the way in the back. We'd say, Dad, change it. Dad, change it. Dad, change it. And he would change it. See? Those types of things. Looking back at those songs. And I mean, Julie's on here, AM radio. And in my neighborhood, we were at Julie's house. Okay? Her mom was my best friend, which was kind of interesting. But the music never shut off at Julie's house. Ever. Ever. The radio ran all day, all night. It was never shut off. So there are songs, Leonard Skinner is one of them, right? On the AM radio, WIBM, right? 1450. But that music brings me happiness. It truly does. Because I can go back to being 14 again, or 12 again, or 10 again, or 8 again, or whatever, right? Because it's okay to do that. But as you go through your lifetime and you listen to music that affects you, happiness, emotionally, because of love, breakup, death, all kinds of different things. I told my sister, I said, I can pick music out for every person that I loved. Julie's brother, older brother. This other person after that, 7 years later. My boyfriend in Chicago in the 90s. Yeah, see? And when you can listen to those music videos, you can listen to that music, and you can understand that you don't cry anymore, that you don't get emotional anymore, you've healed. James, you've healed. That part of your life is now yours. Yours, and no one else's. So you take that wonderful material and you put it in your library. Kenny Rogers' Lady, right? That Lionel Richie wrote. What the hell? Right? The Commodores music in the 70s, in the 80s. Yeah. For me, that stuff was emotional. And it allows yourself to heal, to clear it when you don't get emotional anymore because they took care of you. They took care of you. When you weren't paying attention, they were healing your heart. Because that's what they do. That's why they, through me, are a firm believer in us looking backwards and seeing where we came from, seeing what affects us now, so we can at least say, okay, Spirit, can you help me with that? Because I can't believe that I'm still teary-eyed about something that happened 45 years ago. Yeah. Or death. My mom died in 1988. I was 28 years old. Right? The music of the late 80s, yeah. Time and place. Time and place. As Joe says, Akashic Records. Exactly. Exactly. See? So, all of those things that we've done this lifetime usually are attached to music. Even if you didn't like music. Even if music didn't infect you. Because there's music out there that will trigger you in a good way or a bad way. And when it's a bad way, with emotion are not bad at all. I would say in an emotional way, which is a good space. It allows you to hear it and you cry less or get emotional less, and all of a sudden it's healed. So all the songs from my childhood and my adulthood, good. Because when you are young, you do not have the capacity to understand those emotions. You do not. In 3D, our brains are not set up that way. And our parents certainly didn't teach us how to do that. That's why it's so very, very important for us to go through those records, right? When you hear music that reminds you, how does it make you feel? I can tell you, I can sing you a song from 1970, and I don't even know what I did yesterday. What is it? God bless you. You make me feel brand new, whatever that song is. That thing has been in my head for a freaking month and a half. And every time I watch it, I understand. I understand. Because the music is connecting to my heart, and it is them telling me that they make me feel brand new. Make me feel brand new, right? Papa Was a Rolling Stone. One of the best songs ever from my childhood. Well, again, I can I can hear that song. I just got my left side of my head just lit up. I can hear that song, and I can hear every instrument in that song. That's one of my cool abilities. I can pick a song apart. Just pick it apart. Know exactly where it's at and what's going to happen. And that takes me back to sitting on my living room floor in my house in Jackson, where I grew up. The family is in the living room, or the family room, and I'm in the living room, all by myself. It's wintertime. I have my AM radio playing, and I have big headphones on. Yes, Teresa, the stylistics. And have these big headphones on, and I'm probably 8 years old. Probably 1970. I was 10, right? And me singing those songs and crying. Yeah. I cried a lot as a kid. Okay? And I've told you guys the story before. That every Sunday at 1 o'clock, I would be in my bedroom with my big headphones on, with the record player. I'd be playing music from Hawaii. My parents had a Hawaiian album for some reason. Well, now I know why. And I would sit there for an hour and cry every Sunday at 1 o'clock. I would cry for an hour. And I understand now why. But even my mother would say to my sister or my brothers, "Where's Billy?" Because she knew what time it was. He's upstairs crying. She's like, okay. She understood that the world around me was confusing. And being the person that I was and am, I'm collecting all this energy from outside that I do not understand. I feel like I'm grown, but I'm not grown, right? I understand that love is a problem because of past lives. See? So when it would come down after my hour, because the album would end, both sides, okay? My mother would say from her chair, "Are you okay?" I'm like, yeah. Yeah? Okay, go splash water on your face. Okay, splash water on my face. Yeah, see? And I'd come out. Do you want something to eat? You know, it was, again, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. See? But every Sunday, when I was a child, without even being triggered to do it, I would walk up the stairs, sit in my bedroom, put them on, because I was emotional. And I didn't have any way to understand why I was emotional, why I had so much emotion in my heart, which came from past lives, came from this lifetime, came from being in the world, which was evil and horrible. And I never really understood when I was a kid, why does it matter I like boys? Never understood that. Never understood that. I'm the same person. I don't understand. And I would say that I would have that conversation with Spirit all the time. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. Yeah. See? Yes, Ivy, music is our language for sure. Yes, yes. So that was my release time and my release day. Because Sunday had different energy than the rest of the week. Because it was Sunday. We weren't religious at all. But if you look back at those things that you were prompted to do, it tells you when you started your transformation. If the voice in your head was there and you, for some reason, listened to it, it shows you your transformation. The more that you want something, the slower it's going to come. Because that's 3D. That's ego. Living in expectation. No. That's 3D. They have the timeline, you do not. It's a process of us fulfilling our soul journey. And part of that is looking back and seeing all that we've accomplished in this lifetime. You're still alive. That says something. That says something. And I've been doing this for 10 years, a little over 10 years now, and I know people that are on watching today that I met years ago, 10 years ago, 11 years ago. We were all children looking for what we were supposed to do because we were all drawn to something. And I look at all of these people that I know and love, and I see they found their path for now. I know my path is for now. Is it going to change when I buy my house on Maui? Definitely. I will become a totally different energy. There goes Bill. To channel the books for the Lemurians in his house in Kihei, Maui. Boom, boom, boom. I'm prepared for that now. When they told me in 2018, was I prepared for that? No. That's all of us, everybody. That's all of us. As I told Daisy all of the time when we go for walks 5 times a day. The faster you walk, the sooner we get home, and I know that you hate it. We get home so fast, we walk probably a quarter mile every single time we walk. And she walks like she's... Honey, we don't need to walk that fast. But she still continues to walk unless they pull on the leash. Then she slows down. And then we get home and we open the door. She runs up the stairs like, well, that was really quick. Well, sweetie, you pretty much ran on the walk. That's us. That's us. When we are not conscious of what we're chasing. Stop chasing. Allow them to bring you everything you're supposed to be. And believe you're going to get everything that you want because you are. Because miracles happen every day. Why not you? Magic happens every day. Why not you? We have come out of third dimension, which is struggle and bullshit and fantasy and negativity and horrible, horrible, horrible things, into a place that is about love and forgiveness and balance and spiritual power and flow. That there's no reason at all for people to not want to take that journey. And like Daisy does, stop trying to rush it. Stop trying to rush it, right? Because it doesn't happen any faster, okay? One of my dear friends just paid off her house. Took care of her uncle, and to the last day, sold his house, paid her house off. But before she did that, she's like, Bill, should I actually do this? Like, well, why wouldn't you do this? Well, because you're going to put a little room on the back of her house. A little she shed, right? And I hope she still does that. But she had to question, should I do it or not? Because what if? I love this friend. She is an amazing woman. And she did it. And she sent me a text. Paid it off, Bill. Boom. How do you feel? I'm kind of shocked I did that. There you go. Something different. She didn't put it in the bank and save it. Because what if? Oh my God, what if? No. Save yourself the interest. Pay off your freaking house. You could have a lot more money in the bank every month because you don't have to make a house payment, because you don't have to pay the interest. It's done. Spirit brought you the money for a reason. Boom. Her mom passed away, I believe at the beginning of the year. She's got to, now her next challenge is to clean out her mom's house. See? And do all the things she did with her uncle. Right? They put us in situations to receive. They put us in situations to receive the things that we want, not need. Not need. They put us in situations to receive the money for things that we want. But the work that we put in on our way to the destination is magic. May not feel like magic at the beginning or in the middle or at the end of your journey with that situation to receive the money. It's work. It's work. When I received my house on Maui, I know why I received that money for my house on Maui. Because I've done the work. And my destination is going to be magic. All of us have that, everybody. All of us have that. All of us have that. Ancient money is coming to us. Ancient money is coming to us. Money that you put away thousands of years ago, 20,000 years ago, let's say 10,000, 5,000, whatever, right? Is coming to us. You don't know how it's going to be delivered. So it is so very, 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 very important that you continue the journey, that you continue the work, that you continue to take care of yourself and understand that the energy that you carry is not always yours. It can be the outside world, which is 3D, which makes you angry and fearful and sad and angry and angry and angry and angry. Why do you think everybody's angry? Because they don't know how to regulate their emotions because they were never taught that. Well, guided meditation, going to therapy, or guided meditation, or both, See? Because you have to allow the energy to be released from your body. In therapy, it is talking to somebody that you trust and just telling them your stuff. I did it for 13 friggin' years. It was heaven. Had a nervous breakdown in there too. So that was kind of interesting. But yeah. See? Because I had to release all this 40 some years of just energy that was in my body from being a gay little boy and a gay man in America. And I think some past life stuff too. See? I had to let it all go. It came out one night. Again, understanding, not understanding then, but understanding now. Because they knew what I had to go through to get here. The work you put in on our way to our destination is magic. We don't think it is at the time. We don't think so. Talking to my sister again about my ex-partner and why we were together. And we were together for him to be angry because I never healed about anything. And for me to work on my emotions because those emotions would go up and down, right? And I said, I don't understand what he's mad at. He was always mad. Well, that affected me. Why? Because my mother was always mad. So that gave me the opportunity for 8 years to work on that. Last 4 were tough. See? Again, they put you in a situation to do the work. We believe the destination is healing, which it is. But the true destination is to raise your vibration into 5, 6, 70 and higher, so you can affect the collective of the souls who will be here to take care of the planet on the new earth. Yeah, on the new earth. So it is absolutely amazing when you do the work and you receive the reward. It's amazing. It's amazing. You may not, I didn't see that back then at all. I thought, oh my God, what the fuck is blah, 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 blah. Still in 3D, still in ego land, still in, I don't understand why you're punishing me. It wasn't punishment. But I still did them damn guided meditations. And I felt fabulous for a day and a half till I did another one. I was fabulous for another day and a half or two. And then I did another one. And then, yeah, see? Because I knew that if I did my work, I would transform. Learned that from my parents. Okay? When I was sick as a kid, Billy, if you don't take your medicine, you won't get better. Because I had kidney disease for the first 10 years of my life. Almost died 3 times. Yeah, see? So I learned that. If you do the work, you'll get a reward. You'll live. You'll feel better. Yeah. In my job, same exact thing. You work hard, you can make lots of friggin' money, and you can buy anything you friggin' want. Cool being single, go away. Boom. To this point now, all of us have these challenges that we go through as kids, as young adults, as middle-aged people. And it is understanding that the challenges are not life-threatening. That the challenges are, how bad do you want it? And are you willing to do the guided meditations and the therapy, or both? Deal with your friend group, right? All of those types of things. Only thing that that Spirit keeps telling me again and again, and always has, is what you're looking for is not outside of yourself in paying somebody good money to learn how to do something. Therapy, yes. 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 Because that you don't have to give back. It cleanses you. But anything else, like learning how to this or learning how to do that, it's already been downloaded. All you have to do is work on allowing yourself to flow without anything in the way. No blockages. Loving yourself. Again, how many times a day do you tell yourself that you love yourself? It's got to be 5 to 10 a day, off the cuff, just out of the blue. How many guided meditations should I do in a week? Not every day. I don't care who does them. No. Your body needs at least 24 to 36 hours to recalibrate the energy that's in its body, because your body is used to carrying that extra energy of 3D. People will say, well, Bill, I do a meditation every day. Why? Why? You're not feeling. You're not understanding. You're not feeling how good you feel after you do the guided meditation. If you want to sit with yourself for 10 minutes every morning, perfect. If you can calm your mind, amazing. I'm into that now. I just want everything to be quiet. Just want quiet. Even the fan drives me nuts. It drives me nuts because I just want quiet. So, yeah. So we find out all these things that we like, what we don't like, and things like that. As we go forward, if you're conscious, if you're paying attention, and allowing yourself to feel. If you're frustrated and PO because the freaking fan is going, and you know what? oh my God, I got to get a different fan. I'm moving, so I'm not going to buy another fan, right? No, I'll deal with it. But many, many times I'll go over and shut that damn fan off. I'm like, oh my God, it's finally quiet. Because it's a really loud fan. Yeah. See? So if you guys have questions about what we talked about today, put them down in the comments underneath, right? I'll answer them all before. I'll probably answer them about 7:30, and then I won't take it off. It'll already be on YouTube, but I won't take it down until probably 9:30, 10 o'clock tonight. Okay? So if you have a question, put it down below, and I'll answer it. If you're triggered by what we talked about today, if you're understanding and you go, okay, I really get that. If you receive the message in the proper way, yeah, put it down there, right? Put it down there. Give yourself validation, Spirit says. Give yourself validation, Spirit says. Because it's important that you realize how important you are to the world, to the collective, and to yourself. Okay? So I'll see you guys next Thursday at 3 o'clock. Coach for the Soul. See you.